How we doing, guys? Moose here, episode 86 of our West Ham United career mode, and we are one day away from our live stream. Don't forget, I will actually be posting a YouTube video when we're going to start live streaming to remind you that, hey, we're live streaming. I will post about it on Twitter. Follow my Twitter. I'll have both of those links in the description of this video. But before we can get into our Bayern Munich final Champions League group stage matchup, we do have a huge game against Manchester City, another team that is attempting to qualify for next season's Champions League, as are we. You can see how very tight we are in the table as of right now. City just a single point behind us after 14 games. We are 2 points back of league leaders Chelsea. City just 3 points back of Chelsea. It's an extremely tight league table right now. Come out with Rafa and Oxlade-Chamberlain on the wings in support of Connor Wickham. Dybala on the bench after having a wonderful game against Crystal Palace in the last episode, but I decided to start as many of the top players as I could. Pastore, Delph, and Grenier. That was the midfield that we intended for at the start of the campaign before Pastore was out for a couple of months with a broken toe injury that left him out for quite a while, and he's finally gotten back to full strength. We will be taking on a City team that looks phenomenal. Look at this: Nasri, Navas, Yaya Toure, Suarez, and Cavani up front being absolute danger men, and they show off that ability very early on as Cavani gets a pass from Suarez, skips around the defense, but thankfully for us, his shot does go wide. Aaron Cresswell, he's a man who's fighting for his West Ham future at this point. He's gotten on the fans' nerves a little bit, my own nerves as well, but he shows the ability he does have. Look at the pace he shows, bursting past 3 defenders before his shot is well saved by Joe Hart, as he does lack that quality in front of goal, which is why, he plays left back. But Suarez again linking up with some players into Navas, and what a block that is by Nicholas Nkulu. Thankfully, Leno's able to scrape his way onto the ball and capture it. But City again on the forward attack with Nasri. Nasri turn left, right, center, into Suarez, strikes it. Bernd Leno with a lovely save to keep that ball at the back of net. Another chance here for Suarez. Plays out wide to Jesus Navas, trying to use his pace on the wing. Back into Micah Richards, the England right back. Floats it in, looking for the Uruguayan Cavani, and thankfully Leno equal to the task yet again. Grenier on a corner here in the 33rd minute. Floats in, looking for Rafa. Can't eventually find him. It's flicked out as far as Carl Jenkins, who strikes it from range. But Joe Hart with a wonderful save to keep the teams on level terms in the 34th minute. Rafa again trying to make some moves on the right wing. He's not been fantastic here, but Rafa into Wickham, blocked, and Joe Hart does the sensible thing and scoops the ball up into stoppage time in the first half now into Javier Pastore, and Javier Pastore was absolutely stupendous in this game. I'll tell you what, having him in the team, he didn't look entirely comfortable the whole time, but he's finally shown why he is in the team for right now, because he just controls the play so well. His passing, his creativity are so fantastic, and he showed wonderful work rate as well. He was kind of all over the field. Look, him just controlling the play, does really well, skipped around defender, and unfortunately his shot is blocked, but he was everywhere on the field for us. Really played very well. The thing I liked is when we were starting an attack, if we were going to start with possession and slow, not a counterattack, he sat back between our center halves and offered a passing outlet and would just really dictate the play a la a Pirlo or anyone of that nature, which was unbelievable. And Carl Jenkinson with a wonderful block there before Cavani is deemed offsides on the follow-up. From a corner now, we've brought on Paulo Dybala. He's come on as a substitute actually for Rafa. Grenier whips it in. Dybala in the trees, and Paulo Dybala. I mean, would it be anyone else? I don't think you could say it would be anyone else. You knew it had to be him. He's been our absolute talisman and hero throughout this entire career mode since we brought him in last season, and he has been splendid for us, and of course he's going to score. Paulo Dybala with some sensational ability. My apologies on the frame rate if it is skipping a little bit for you guys. I had some things going on with the video, but what a finish that is from Paulo Dybala. Floated in, he gets in next to, I think it was Oxlade-Chamberlain, just kind of floats in between the defenders. Toure loses him, nobody's man marking him, and he just scoots in there and gets a head on it before it makes its way to Mangala and company. What an absolute towering header by the little Argentine Paulo Dybala. It's a wonderful goal, and it's 1-0 to the East London boys just like that. And if Chelsea and Manchester United lose, we could be on top of the table at this point. What a turn of events. Beautiful goal after City dominated the first half with Cavani and Suarez linking up. Richards now getting forward, floats in, looking for Cavani yet again. Eventually finds a way to Nasri, but Carl Jenkinson with another towering block. He's been sensational this season as Jenkinson. He's actually won a number of Moose's Mighty Hammer points. We'll have a full wrap-up on where the Mighty Hammer points are at the start of January as we get into the January transfer window. I'll do that Moose's Mighty Hammer points update, but lovely little back heel into Aaron Cresswell. Floats in looking for Connor Wickham, and it's just over the bar. Wickham, who's looked much more lively in these last few games. He has scored a couple of goals, of course, but thankfully for us, or unfortunately for us, he doesn't put that in the back of net, and City nearly come back following a corner, but they're unable to breach Bernd Leno's goal, thankfully for us. But this is an unbelievable passing move. Pastore to Wickham, to Cresswell, to Dybala, and what a save by Joe Hart. Dybala nearly had a second. The follow-up comes Oxlade Chamberlain. Joe Hart equal to the task yet again, and finally Micah Richards does clear up for Manchester City. One final attack for City here in the 86th minute if they can. Suarez onto the ball. Does very well to turn side of Nkulu, and he nearly chips Bernd Leno, but thankfully Leno equal to the task. Another chance here in the 89th minute for City. Delph does turn the ball away. Mangala floats it to the back post. It's flicked away by Jenkinson. Back into David Silva, and what a block by Nkulu. We're defending for our lives here, and thankfully we're able to clear it away. Dybala now with just one man to beat. He has the pace if he can beat Company, but Company shows why he's such an elite defender by forcing Dybala away from the ball into Kiate, and he can't chip Joe Hart in the 90th minute. But thankfully for us, we clear the ball away with Nkulu deep into stoppage time. Would that be it? Referee, blow the whistle. Come on, son, just blow the whistle. Call her up, and the referee's listened to me. He's blown the full-time whistle, and it's a massive 1-0 victory for us. It's our 4th straight game without conceding a goal. Our 2nd straight 1-0 victory, won 2-0 in episode 84 twice. So great run of form we are on right now, and a massive victory over City. The man of the match for me had to be Javier Pastore. He was unbelievable. In a pretty even game, you can see shots were fairly even. Possession, we did hold a bit more of it, but other than that, what an absolute cracker of a game. Pastore does get the 3 Moose Mighty Hammer points for me. Bernd Leno with that clean sheet and a couple of really nice saves does get 2. And Carl Jenkinson with those massive blocks. I think he had 3 huge blocks we saw just in the highlights there. Does get 1 Moose's Mighty Hammer point for me. Aaron Cresswell has to get an honorable mention because I thought he played really well and showed some improvement from the struggles he's been having earlier in the season. And hopefully he will get back to us about his decision as we're inching closer and closer to that January transfer window. But with the conclusion of this game, we do have some news. Press conference before that Bayern Munich game, and we want to motivate the boys because if we do pick up a victory, we'll actually finish top of the group, which would be unbelievable. But we hear back from Winston Reid, and the main thing we want to get to is skip through Winston. He complains about his playing time. Yeah, Winston, we get it. You want to play. And Nkulu wants some more wages, but what is Aaron Cresswell gonna tell us regarding his future at the club? This is a huge decision that I want to hear your guys' feedback in the comments regarding what he says. Aaron Cresswell, stay with us, son. Come on. Let me know. He wants to stay. Aaron Cresswell, he says he was wrong in even considering leaving. He wants to be a Hammer for the future, and that is a huge turn of events for us, so we won't have to be looking for a new left back as long as you guys think we should keep Cresswell at the club, which is what I've been hearing from you guys most of the time. But that's going to be it for this episode, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. Be sure to tune in, like I said, tomorrow, 2 o'clock in the U.S., 7 o'clock for that live stream. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Like we always do with this time. I got to shine.